Hey guys, good morning. It is cold and blustery and a snow globe outside. We thought about painting our buffet, but the garage, even with a heater, was a little bit chilly.
Yeah, the heater would warm it up. It just wasn't ready for it quite this morning. Like I need to let it run for an hour or so.
So we are doing a fun project. We haven't used this before. I don't know why we haven't, but we've decided to use it today. We've got a cabinet door. Zeb, you want to show them your part?
Oh, there's no fun thumbnail on this. All right.
So that's the inside.
So this is the insert for a cabinet door. It just goes inside of this, and then on the back end, there are these little tabs so that I can put it back in or out or leave it out or change it to glass or whatever. So we painted this with black velvet this morning, did 2 coats of that, well, 1.5 coat. It almost had full coverage. There's just a couple little spots. And then I've sealed it with 2 coats of Big Top, and that's got it a little bit shiny, but that's what you want so that you don't get ghosting on your chalkboard with the erasable chalk.
Or you can buy a chalkboard that comes from a factory that's not as powdery matte as a homemade chalkboard.
Yeah.
But we just want to show you that you can use this with homemade chalkboards. You just have to seal it first, which is what we did. And this is actually a cabinet door, probably from like an old hutch. We just had it floating around the garage.
So this is from that hutch that I cut in half back last spring.
The one that we put the top down on the bottom.
It's been kicking in the garage for that long.
We are hoarders. We have had this for
I think I have another door just like that.
Sweet. The nice thing is that center pops out, so we didn't have to tape anything.
Yeah.
And we can just put it back in with this. And then I went ahead and just sanded the edges and give it a little bit of distress look. Originally it had a knob right here, so I took that knob off, and we are going to replace it and use the knob topper stamp. We could have sealed it and painted it over, but we thought leaving a knob on there would be fun since originally it was a cabinet door, and we finally got the new IOD knobs in, so I wanted to talk about that a little later and show them the difference between these knobs and the ones you can get like Walmart. So, all right, let's get started. What are you going to design?
Okay, so I'm going to start out, I think, doing something down in the corner in the bottom. Do you have the reef builder?
So I didn't want to do it vertical. I was thinking horizontal.
Oh, horizontal. Okay. All right. Well, let me work on it here. Give me just a sec. I'm gonna go grab the stand so I can prop this up and see your guys' comments. I'll be right back.
While he's doing that, I'm going to paint my knob. If you're new to our channel and you're just tuning in, we would love for you guys to subscribe. So definitely hit that subscribe and notifications button. We do all kinds of DIYs on our channel, furniture, home decor. Zeb's a carpenter, so there's lots of fun stuff. And we've got a lot of really fun projects planned for the new year that you're not going to want to, I can't even talk, that you're not going to want to miss out on. Also, all the products that we're using today you can pick up at JamieRayVintage.com. I know those of you that watch us all the time already know that, but it's our #1 asked question: where can I get these products? I just want to make sure you know you can get them at JamieRayVintage.com. We sell the knobs, the paint, the chalk, everything you need. He used a foam roller, in case you're wondering. Foam roller. Did you foam roller on the Big Top too?
I used a brush on the Big Top.
Okay, but tell them why you foam rollered the paint.
So I was gonna spray it initially, spray it out in the garage, no big deal. It's warm enough out there, I could have done it, no problem. But I wanted to roller it because A, not everybody has a sprayer so that they can spray paint, and B, if you are set up for a sprayer, not everybody can use it in the wintertime. So a good solution if you need a nice, smooth finish is to just use these rollers. We have these on the website. They're the IOD foam roller. They're great you can almost use them like a brayer and run them on there on your stamp when you're loading your stamps.
Too, yeah. They're just not as hard, so I feel like they are, I like the brayer better, but
yeah,
if you can only buy one, this one works. And it does leave a little bit of texture, just so you know.
Yep,
there is some texture.
It's not completely smooth, but you can sand it.
Yeah, and not brush strokes. I hate it when
I'll show you.
When my chalkboards have brush strokes.
So you can kind of see the foam roller texture there. There it is.
I just feel like the foam roller makes it look a little bit more professional. It's more consistent as opposed to like if you brush it on, you're going to get brush strokes.
So.
All right, so I'm just using black velvet and my little paint pixie to paint this IOD knob because I gotta let that dry. We're gonna be using the knob topper. We're using the IOD erasable ink. This can actually be made permanent by sealing over it. So we're going to be using this ink on this chalkboard, and we'll show you how easy it is to design, wipe off, redesign the chalkboard. But we'll also show you how you can use it on the knob topper stamp, and then to make it permanent, you just seal it. So we'll seal it over the top and it'll be permanent. And that's going to go right there.
All right, so this is the Wreath Builder stamp, okay? And I think, see, you only wanted, you wanted it to go, you wanted it to go horizontal, right? So I'm gonna use a smaller stamp and kind of squeeze it into this corner. So the smaller wreath one, let me show you
I have
this.
to show them something. This is really satisfying. The milk paint dried in my cup, and I just dumped it out, and this is what was in my cup. I know I'm weird, but isn't that funny? It's like all, anyways, go ahead, proceed.
All right, so everybody's saying hi. I'm sorry, I got distracted by comments for a second. So hello to everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning. And so let me show you this up close, see if we can see the detail on it. It's almost like a...
You probably should just put the camera down so they can see what you're doing.
Yeah, I'll bring you up close with the camera so you can see me work up close in just a second. Like right now.
And if you guys want to see a certain stamp done on this with the erasable ink, comment with it and we'll check back, because we're going to be doing a design, but then we're going to erase it and do over. The nice thing about this is that you can do your chalk art and design it, and then seasonally you can change it out, or if you feel like you want to say something different, that's great. And if you're like me and your handwritten chalk art skills aren't great, stamps are a great way to get a fun look without having to be super talented in the hand-done chalk art.
So Heather Turek asks, what is the difference between ink and liquid chalk?
Oh, this is erasable liquid chalk ink. So it's essentially the same thing, except for this is not thick.
We can wipe it off is the big difference.
Yeah.
It's white, but you can wipe it off. You can leave it on permanently, seal over it if you want it to stay permanent. So like, let's say I got this design on here and then I sealed over the top of it once it was dry, it would stay forever, no big deal. But if you want to continually change it out for the seasons, or you got an event going on, you could just erase it and start over if you don't seal it.
It comes in white and charcoal. You need a brayer.
Yep, I need the brayer.
You need the brayer. Oh, it's right here. The other thing too, about using this, I was gonna say something that's completely gone. Oh well, maybe it'll come back.
Here, you want to look at comments while I'm doing this?
Okay, let me move this over here. There we go.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so I'm just using the brayer. I'm gonna put this on here, and you have a pretty good amount of open time. Like, it doesn't immediately dry. So I'm freestyling this morning. No mat. Oh, slight shifting. Okay.
Perfect.
So you get a pretty clean, even with my shifting, you get a pretty clean impression with the erasable chalk. So I'm gonna do a couple more of those around the edges, and then we'll layer in some more things. And then once it's dry, I'll show you how to erase it.
If you guys have booths or you sell at markets or whatever, this is also a great way to create a sign for your business that you can change out and can be customized to your branding, which is awesome. You shifted a little. It's a little bit difficult because we did put that sealer on there, so it does shift a little.
It's shiny.
But standard chalk art, Zeb, is not super pristine crisp, so this is good. Another thing you could do that we didn't do is take a piece of actual chalk and go over it and season it, and that will give it a more chalked look.
Yep.
And I might do that after the fact, after this is dry. And this is sealed, but you could use a commercial chalkboard as well. I just know a lot of people don't use erasable chalk on homemade chalkboards because they get ghosting. And if you don't know what ghosting is, after you're done, it wipes off, but then you can still see the image. But by putting a couple coats of sealer, it allows you to wipe it off.
And this goes a long way. I'm still using that first little dab of chalk there, and I've got 4 stamps out on it, and I'm gonna get more.
Yeah, the cool thing is that you could use any DIY paint and seal it to make a chalkboard. So you're not limited to just black or green or whatever. And because the liquid chalk also comes in charcoal, you could make like a white board and put charcoal on it.
Okay, so we've got kind of the basis here. What else do you want to layer
I want
in?
to go all the way. So can
Oh, you want me to?
I want you
Okay.
to do like a little middle there, so it's like a full.
So it's more like a.
Full half wreath.
Okay.
Is that even things like an oxymoron? A full half wreath.
I may have. I didn't know you wanted that. So
Off
we're
topic,
gonna
but
go
can
off.
chalk paint be used to whitewash brick? Yep, sure can. Thanks, Wanda. Hope your
So
day
I
is full
didn't
of
go off. I kind of left it hanging off, which is fine.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like the continuous look. Wanda, I hope your day is full of love and blessings too. It was slippery. We texted our teenager and told him not to drive to lunch today, to stay on campus. I was slip sliding around in the snow. Yeah, we've had this for so long and we have not shown you guys, and I was feeling a little guilty. And we've actually sold a ton of it just because a lot of people know what erasable chalk is, but. And you can, if you don't have a brayer, if you don't want to use a brayer, you could put this erasable chalk. I believe you can use it on a stamp pad too, right?
Yeah, it'll work with a stamp pad.
We just don't have any stamp pads. IOD is coming out with some, so we're waiting patiently.
All right, what do you want it to say in the middle, Jamie?
All right, I don't know. What do you want it to say?
You got me.
Let it snow. Let it snow.
Let it snow? Yeah, we could do that. Except for we got kind of like.
I kind of wonder what would happen if, when we're done with this, we'll wipe it off. Let's try some stencils with it.
With the chalk?
Yeah, we could use we could use a foam brush maybe to stencil it. You think?
Sure. All right. Let's see if I can spell this morning. Okay. So this is the typeset stamp.
So when you lay it out, you want to lay it sticky back side up, so that way you can just pick it up. What are you gonna make it say? Let it snow.
Let it snow.
Oh, okay.
Why not? That it's snowing outside. The
Let
weather
it snow.
outside is frightful.
Oh my goodness, I'm not a snow person either.
Okay, can you guys see that all right, laying that out there? I'm gonna have to reuse the T
Would it be fun to do something like this, like on the top and
underneath?
bottom?
Maybe. It's all
So this
fun and
is
games.
this is the typesetting, which we are actually sold out of, but we have more on order. And then this is the Queen Bee stamp.
Yeah, the typesetting goes quick as soon as we get it back in stock. Okay, so that's not centered. Oh, but I need to have it say let it snow. This is big enough I could probably
Yeah,
just
you could probably just go back and forth, like all the way across. Across, not across. I always say that wrong.
It's your dad's fault.
It's my dad's fault.
It is. He says it like that.
My knob's still drying. While he's doing that, I'm going to show you. So this is a Walmart knob. They work with the knob topper stamp. I think you get, they want it being about $1 a piece. You can see the height on it. And then the back, you actually have to screw into it and kind of drill it through. And I've actually had these crack on me because I've drilled too hard with a drill. So you have to have a drill or a really strong arm to get them to screw in. And the IOD, let me give you an unfinished one. First off, the IOD knobs are bigger, so they're more substantial.
They can't hardly see
Can you
that.
guys see that? Okay, so there we go. Can you see the difference in size there? And they're taller. And then they also have the router detail on the end and on the top. And then the biggest difference for me is they actually have a metal screw insert. So that way the screws just screw so nice in there and you don't have to worry about getting your drill out or breaking your knob in half. And so when these are painted, they just look a lot nicer and they just screw right in like a traditional knob. If you guys have ever, and we've been using these because I didn't have the IOD ones, but it's super irritating. Zev has to get his drill out. The other day he cracked one. So it's a little bit frustrating and it's just not as nice looking with the routered edges as the IOD. And I've been getting, oops, I've been getting questions asking the difference between the two of them, and those I would believe are the main differences. Also, this wood is has a little bit more grip. These ones are kind of shiny, so I feel like these hold the paint a little bit better. But other than that, they're pretty much the same. They also take the stain a little bit better because the grain is a little bit more open if you want to stain them.
All right, we're ready to start doing some stamping, I think. I think the layout is mostly straight on here. I'm eyeballing it. You could get a ruler or a straight edge and measure it out if you want it to be perfect. But you know, it's chalkboard art.
If you guys have specific questions about things, you can email customercare@jamierayvintage.com. We try to, Caitlin gets back to everybody that she can, and then anything she doesn't know, she comes to me. And we answer as many questions as we can.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up the let and then the I with this flexible mount. Okay. And hopefully I can get it back on there. So I'm still using that same dab of
careful, this
chalk.
ink is still not dry. You're gonna smear it, so you already smeared it.
That's okay. It wipes off.
Yeah, I know. All right, so while he's doing that, this is the Flexi Stamper. A lot of you guys already have it, and I'm just gonna mount the knob topper stamp in it. You absolutely can use a knob topper stamps without the Flexi Stamper. It's just a lot easier. So you're going to put the stamper, people have been asking, you're gonna put your stamp in the hole with the hard plastic side facing up. Does that make sense? And then that way when you put the knob in, it'll poke through this side and give you some flexibility, that hence the name Flexi Stamper. Actually, did I do that wrong? No, it goes, does it go on this side, Zeb? Did I show them wrong? Or it goes through this way, right?
Yeah, I put it on the back side actually, but.
All right, scratch that.
I've used it several ways. It's hard to mess up. Either way will work.
I just watched the darn video. Why can I not remember this stuff? All right, so Zeb says that you put it like this. You put it on the flexible side first. Oh, actually that seems right. And then it flexes through the hole. Can you guys see that? I should be the professional and know these things, but even I, especially, I should not say even, especially I am super not perfect when it comes to DIY. All right, so this way then, right?
Yeah.
With the hard plastic.
That's the way I use it, and I've had really good luck with it. So.
Okay.
Hang on, I gotta wipe my thing off so I don't get messy.
Okay, I'm using the erasable ink. You could
Jamie,
also.
you're not on camera.
I am right here. I'm using the erasable ink. You could also use white paint. Ink tends to be a little bit more precise than paint. So if you have a very detailed image, then you might want to use the ink as opposed to paint. And can you guys see that? I'm just gonna put this, so this is the grain sack stripe. I picked it because it's pretty universal, and no matter what I put on my chalkboard, it'll match. Ta-da! Pretty easy. It's still not perfect, but I like it.
Running out of room.
That's gonna go right there. Okay. You're running out of room, sorry. Just over here letting you do all the hard work while I stamp one knob.
It's okay.
It's okay, you still love me.
This isn't hard, this is easy.
Well, what I did was like significantly easier because now I'm done. So I'm gonna let that dry all the way, and so that way it doesn't come off. I will go ahead and seal this. It's nice because it can work erasably or you can seal it.
So I'm redoing my tea because I didn't like it.
Kai Love says she did knobs with a Flexi Stamper 2 nights ago and it was not as easy as it appears in videos. Found paint easier. Well, practice makes perfect, I can tell you that much. I can also tell you that we do not practice off camera. What you see is what you get.
So I'm leaving my hand sitting here on this to kind of hold everything steady because the erasable chalk is almost, it's a little slick and your stamp will want to shift. So you got to be careful not to shift it.
Well, also we sealed this.
Yeah.
I think you might could get away with one. We just really wanted it to wipe off easy. Okay, ta-da. Let it snow. All right, let's show them how it wipes off.
Hold on. Let's do some more stuff.
We're gonna do some more stuff. What else do you want to do on it?
I don't know.
What do we got? What do we got on these knob toppers that we could, that looks like snow?
Look at this. I got like a fingerprint here. Just wiping it off. This is just a damp cloth.
I guess I should look at this side so I can actually see the details. Comment if you want to see us stamp something and you know the stamps. What do you want to see?
All right, so I don't know. Before we had it say "let it snow," I was gonna put like some bees and some stuff on there, but now that it's snowing, that doesn't really seem to fit.
I was thinking we could also use one of these.
Oh, like the knob toppers?
No, this is
Or
for
the back plates.
Which one do you want to use?
Let's use this big long one and just put it right here, like along the bottom.
Okay, so these are the back plate stamps that you can use behind the knobs, but I think that they would be fun for this application too.
Do you want me to put it up close or like down lower?
I would put it, I don't know, wherever you want. You're in charge.
That never works out.
That never works out. It's working out today. Oh, I was gonna center it. You're not gonna center it.
I'm gonna put like 3 on here.
Oh, you're gonna go 3 times.
We'll see what it looks like. We might need to do something
I
in
like
the middle.
Yeah, you could do one here, and then something in the middle.
Okay.
What do I want to put in the middle?
I'm gonna leave that to you.
Can I use the knob topper without the flexi stamper?
You can.
Sure. Let me show you. I'll use black because I don't have a painted knob. I guess I'll use the roller because I don't want to wash the brayer. Okay. You pass me that roller.
Did we figure out what we want in the middle?
You want to put something from here?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm trying to find one that looks Christmassy on here.
Alright, this is much easier with a brayer than a foam roller, guys, I'm just telling you.
I kind of really like this fox. Is that weird?
Okay. Alright, guys. Blank knob. Can they see this? Where can they put it? There you go. Blank knob. Knob topper stamp. It's kind of, oh, this is the Walmart knob. I'm like, why is this so slick? It's sliding. Their knobs are slicker. All right, ta-da! It's not perfect, but I did that one freestyle. Let's try a different design. Now, if you're using paint, the designs that are more elaborate are gonna be more difficult. So I don't have dark ink, so I'm gonna try to pick another design that's not super elaborate. Let's see.
Doing lots of freestyling today.
Detailed. So which one should I pick? You can pick one for me.
The round wreath one.
This one?
Yeah.
That doesn't have anything in the middle.
Oh, I don't know. Do the crackle one.
This one?
Sure.
All right, we're using this one, the crackle one.
Oh, I shifted my fox, but don't worry. All right, so I moved my fox all around. I lost focus and looked at what Jamie was doing. Check us out. It'll be all right because we sealed beforehand and it's not dry. And even if it was, it would wipe right off.
All right. Next, I'm gonna use this. I'm using this other stamp here, and I'm gonna do it on one of the IOD knobs. This might not work as. Oh, I'm getting paint all over this. Do you want to wash that off?
I'll wipe it off in a sec.
All right, I'm using this one. We'll see what this turns out. This might be a little bit more difficult because it's not just a stripe. There you go. Ta-da! Which actually it wouldn't have been too bad, except for I wasn't using a brayer, so I got a little bit of ink on the inside of the stamp, but that's freehand. So if you're gonna freehand, I'm gonna give you guys some tips. You're gonna hold the stamp like this, and you're gonna flex the stamp around the knob with your fingers. So I know that these Flexi Stampers are out of stock right now, so if you wanna just get knob toppers, you can freestyle them. All right, now I gotta wipe my mess off. I use a chopstick to hold knobs while painting. They fit great in the hole. Smart. Smart idea. I never even thought of that. And this is not erasable. I'm gonna need a magic eraser to get that off.
Is that the DIY paint?
Yeah. It's not erasable.
There we go, that got it. I was trying to find that perfect consistency, but you guys saw me take that on and off a few times, trying to find how much of the erasable chalk I needed to get a clear impression with this little tiny detailed stamp. Let's see if the camera will pick that up. Can you see my little fox there? I feel like we need something up top. What do you guys think? You feel like we need something up top on this? I'll look at comments in just a second. Jamie can look at them.
Kayla says the Flexi Stamps are out of stock, but are the knob toppers still in? Can you just get the knob toppers so they can freestyle with them while they wait for the Flexi Stamper to come in? Everybody says yes. So there you go.
All right. Yes, something on top. All right, now to, oh, you know what? I wonder, what do you think about just putting 2 rows of this
Oh, somebody wants
up
to see
on
a
there?
stencil. All right, next we'll do stencils.
Okay, we'll try a stencil in just a moment.
You know what? I bet we could probably tell them something that's pretty exciting that's happening with stencils. I mean, it's not official.
I mean, it's happening.
It's happening.
It's not gonna not happen.
All right, well, I'll just tell them.
Tell them.
All right.
Tell them some exciting news since we've had all these long pauses while I really focus on stamping.
Because you're still watching, I'm going to give you a nugget of information that I'm not advertising on all my social media yet. In January, we will be coming out with our own line of stencils. I've currently been doing the design work, and I've been going back and forth with my manufacturer, who's located in Wisconsin. She's amazing, and I will have prototypes probably in the next week. So once I get the prototypes, I might start using those and creating videos. So as soon as the stencils are ready to ship, we will have them out. And I'm hand designing everything. So it'll be unique and one of a kind. And I'm really excited. And it's been fun because this is the first product I've ever created on my own. So there you have it.
We're excited. It's going to be awesome. Well, what's nice is that we're kind of we're focusing on like our farmhouse style. So you'll be able to do some really fun techniques, and we'll have videos on all of that when those come out, on furniture and all kinds of stuff.
And there will be lots of seasonal. Like my first season is going to be Valentine's Day, and so I free-handed some things, just some designs that I've really wanted for myself. And then we're also going to have a farmhouse line, and then we'll just, every season come out with some fun new stuff, and then some stuff that like crosses seasons as well. So I'm pretty excited about that.
All right, so Amy Mitchell asked, the winner for the paint is not until Friday night, or Saturday Night's Live. Saturday Night Live is when we'll announce that winner. So, okay, so I'm gonna put this, let me peel my other stamps off of the mount, because I'm gonna put this on a mount.
Zeb, I feel like your design is a little disjointed. Do you want to pull the camera down? Because I think they can't quite see
I will
the
in
top
just
there.
a sec. I think I'm not gonna use that. I don't like that. I think I'm gonna use one of this, like this wreath builder, and figure something out. I'm trying to think here what to do. All right, so
I actually like this on the raw wood.
I feel like I need something here. Is there like a little something that can come down right here?
There is like a little mini Laurel
I mean, a wreath here.
Queen.
Could use the wreath that I've already used and just do part of it right here. What do you think about that? Like just
Yeah,
like right there?
Well, let me see.
Like the whole thing won't be on there.
No.
Too
You
big?
need to, is this the smallest?
Yeah, that's the smallest.
Yeah, it's too big. Hold on, I'm gonna go picking through stuff.
You're gonna go looking and picking and doing things. All right, so up on top, I've got these big long ones, but I'm worried they're going to curve too much before I get before I'm able to get it across the whole thing.
What about these leaves from the birds, branches, and blossoms?
Oh, those might be cool there.
More like that, you think?
Yeah, I think that would be good. Let me lay this out and see. So this one is kind of got like a wheat thing going on. What about that just across the top, Jamie? What do you think? That could be Christmassy, right?
Oh, yeah. No, I like that.
That just across the top like that?
I think we have a lot going on.
We do. It's a lot of piece. We should have done more words or something.
I don't know. That's all right. We're going to do a stencil next.
We're just showing them stuff.
Stuff. We're just showing them stuff.
Get some stuff and some more stuff and some other stuff. Just showing them options because we had so many people get tons of stamps. We want to show you guys some fun ideas and then let you go nuts and see what you guys create, because it's always fun to see what other people do. Everybody's take on things is so different.
Just trying to figure out what might be the best application for the ink.
All right, hang on, I gotta clean up some stuff. Okay, so still on that first little drop, haven't added any more.
Do you think a brush to put this ink on?
What ink are you using?
The erasable ink for the
I think there's
stencil?
another brayer in there. Oh, a brush?
Stencil?
A brush will work, yeah.
Will this work over? I don't think this will work.
A brush, I would use a brush. All right.
I should have maybe not said I could do a stencil until I'd practiced not live, but you know, this is why we do live videos, so people can see us, how it really
See the
works.
mistakes?
I said it looks too busy. Thanks, Les, for always being honest. What kind of handsaw do you use to cut thin wood? Why don't you just use a jig?
A handsaw? I just use like a regular small tooth. They sell them. Hang on,
Heather just asked a real quick question.
Trying to think of the name
we
of it.
painted this chalkboard with DIY and black velvet, and then we sealed it with 2 coats of the Big Top, so that way we won't get any ghosting with our reusable stencils. A lot of people are not reusable stencils, erasable chalk art. I think it's called the ELC, erasable liquid chalk. I know the sisters call it ELC, but with the system you want to have a sealed board as opposed to just plain paint, so that we don't get ghosting. Or you can buy chalkboards already done. It's just less expensive to make your own, especially if you've already got the DIY paint and the sealer.
yeah,
You
chalkboard
could-
this big would be like probably $20-30.
Yeah, and you could spray it on too. Like if you wanted to make a bunch for our market, people how to use erasable chalk on them or whatever, you could spray them. We rolled it with a foam roller that we carry, and it's got a little bit of texture, but there aren't any brush strokes, which is nice. Terrarium and Crafts says gorgeous. So Les says it's too busy, but Terrarium likes it.
Everybody's gonna have different style and taste, and
Yep.
I think it's weirdly coming together. I
It's
got like
weirdly coming together.
I got like 8
No,
different stamps
actually,
I've used.
I like it. So let's show them. I actually really do like it.
Okay, here's the close-up now that I've got all the stamps on there.
Okay. Do we want to,
Holly berries would be nice.
before we erase that all off and try a stencil on there, let's go ahead and screw the knob on here and show them what it looks like in the frame.
Oh, okay. We're gonna do some clearing off here. Let me move the camera back
Does
so you
anybody
guys.
else craft like this where they like make a huge mess and then they're like, oh my goodness, I have no space. You just whack the camera.
Sorry guys. Sorry to whack the camera.
All right,
We-
here's the screw.
We got the spread going. Oh, it's crooked too.
It's like this, it's crooked. Our life is crooked today. What time is it? 11:07. All right, I gotta watch the clock because Mr. Jack is at preschool and we have to go in plenty of time to allow. Oh, can you
It's gonna-
screw that in?
Yes.
Is
it's
it a
gonna take a
flathead or
minute.
is that Phillips?
It's a Phillips, which I have right here. It's
Alright.
gonna take a minute to go get him because of the weather outside. It's blustery and the snow's coming in sideways.
Amy says I always decorate on the side of too much rather than not enough. And you know what? If you do too much with it, if you're like, okay, well, it would be better if I had not this and this, you can leave the whole thing and then just wipe off the things that you feel like are too much or that you don't necessarily love.
I'm about to wipe this off because it's not centered and it's bugging me.
That's all right. We're going to wipe the whole thing off and then we'll stencil it.
All right, so these knobs.
You can pick up cabinet doors at the Restore. If you guys have a Habitat for Humanity Restore or like a salvage yard for building materials, that is a really inexpensive way to make, usually they're $1 or $2, or like you're like us and you save things for years and years, like this is from last year. We've still had it because we used the bottom part. Careful, because I don't know that erasable chalk is quite dry yet. Do you want me to hold that up so you don't?
I'm about to put it up on the table.
Okay. The nice thing about this one was that we didn't have to tape it off because it came out.
Yep, it has an insert.
I think the issue is that when you went to take the chalk off, it may bring up the paint too. Is that right? Well, a few things. It also it will actually stay on the. It'll be absorbed by the DIY paint or any kind of chalkboard paint, and then it won't come off. So when it's all wiped off, you'll still see where the previous image was. That happens a lot with like the liquid chalk pens. I don't know if you've ever seen somebody do a design and then they go to wipe it off and it doesn't come off. So that's what will happen with this if you don't seal it. But if you seal it, then you're good and you won't get any ghosting. That is a main difference. A lot of those liquid chalks, when you're done, you used to use them all the time.
Yeah.
When you're done, you go to wipe it off, and it doesn't matter if it's been sealed or not. You can still see the design, and sometimes you have to repaint the chalkboard, so then it's kind of pointless.
Yeah, I used to like the marker style. They come and they're almost like a paint marker. The liquid chalk, it works well. Like you can get any design on there you want, but I would say it's fairly permanent.
Yeah, it doesn't come off really easy, whereas this actually does, as opposed to like your standard liquid chalk.
Yeah.
You just have to seal it or use a manufactured board. Yeah, you can look for a matte sealer. So Sweet Pickens Top Coat is a little bit more matte than Big Top. And both Big Top and Sweet Pickens Top Coat, when sprayed, are very matte. Zeb brushed very thick coats on this because we were in a hurry this morning, and so it's a little bit shiny, but it's all right. And if you take a piece of chalk over it.
All right, there's the far away view. You can see here this wreath here is not quite centered, but it's pretty much dry. I could touch it now and not smear it. Well, it wasn't all the way dry. Pretty much and all the way are two different things. But there you go.
All right, let's show them how it wipes off.
Now, we'll probably run this until, I don't know, till it's not snowing anymore. But let's say Valentine's Day is coming up, you know.
Or let's say people have asked us to use a stencil.
Okay, so here, maybe we should get a picture of this just so I can have a good thumbnail before we erase all this.
All right, let me get my phone.
Hold on.
You hold it up and look all cute.
Hang on. We gotta get a picture for the thumbnail after.
Perfect.
All
Let me
right.
go back so that we got more to work with. In case you're doing a crop it. Look at me. Look at me, not the camera. Okay, there we go. Alright.
All right. Okay.
Boom, baby.
All right. Hang on.
I want
Let's
this
bring you in
knob
close again.
to go the other way.
Oh, you want it
But
facing?
okay, it's fine right now. Let's do a Christmas stencil. I was gonna do a not Christmas stencil, but I'm going Christmassy.
All right.
So
Okay.
this is an essential stencil.
So this is still not quite dry. I wanted to show them it dry.
Oh, okay. You want to show them it dry?
Well, just so that they can see it comes off.
I'll just wipe it off. But ain't nobody got time for that. Oh, somebody should have let their chalkboard cure.
My sealer didn't dry enough. So all this stuff we've been talking about isn't real. This is what you get when paint right before a live video, and at 9 or 10:28 you're still blow drying it.
What ghosting is.
This
You
is
should
what
let it
ghosting
seal
is.
overnight.
Yes, this is what ghosting is. Let your sealer dry all the way.
Here.
But it's still wipeable.
Yeah, it's fine. So definitely, now you guys know, let it dry overnight. We're gonna redo. What we'll do is we'll redo this. We'll let it dry overnight,
And then
we'll
show
show
'em.
them again on Saturday.
Show them that it does really erase and we're not liars.
Whatever. We're not liars. All right, let's
Here,
do
hang
this
on.
next one.
Hang on, I wanted to show them the ghosting up close. You
Okay,
can't.
so
can't
this is
really
what
see it.
happens if you don't let it dry
So this is-
24 hours.
This is ghosting.
You can kind of see the previous design.
You can see it still. And that is a result of not letting our sealer dry and cure for the 24 hours like it's supposed to.
All right, that's okay. We're gonna pretend like that's not there.
You know, it might go away as it dries too, as it dries out.
Maybe. Yeah, as over here it's going away where it's dried out there.
Okay,
Okay.
stencil time.
I've not done this before, so I don't know if it's gonna work.
We need some tape to hold it on.
No. Do we really? I don't think so. All right, let's try it.
Here, I'll hold your stencil for you.
It's still a little damp, so maybe I should let it dry.
Are you gonna need chalk?
No, I think it won't.
I feel honored.
I feel like it's okay because I'm gonna wipe it off. We have to repaint it anyways. I told you that we should have sealed this last night.
Well, you know, I was busy.
This is true. All right.
Here, I'll get you another little drop. I would say you could probably do a ton of signs with this.
I think using it with a stencil though, that you're gonna use.
You're gonna use up
of it,
more, yeah.
But
it can, I mean, the fact that you can change it out is awesome.
somebody said to do a snowflake, and this has snowflakes in it, so.
We could have done a snowflake on the other design.
Well, I'm like,
Well, hopefully that works out.
well, I was just wiping the part where. We all know that I'm not the best stenciler in the world. It's not a secret. I think stenciling it might actually look more like chalk art. Because you know how chalk art like isn't so super solid.
Yeah.
It's a little fuzzy. Sally and Josie are gonna see this and we're gonna get in so much trouble for not doing it right. Don't tell Sally and Josie. They're the owners of IOD. And I've watched them use this product many times.
With success. Well, you can. I can tell you right now, this is still tacky. I mean,
What? Sticking.
yeah, my hand
the
sticks
stencil
to it.
is sticking to it.
It literally, I put it on here, the last coat on here right before we went live, and used the blow dryer to dry it out.
Well, that's not the whole let it snow is not going to be on there.
I told you weren't centered.
It's fine. I don't care. All right, let's get a little bit more. Are you guys being patient here?
They're waiting for the reveal. All right, you ready?
Yeah, you could seal it with any kind of liquid water-based sealer. You don't have to use Big Top. Polyacrylic, Sweet Pickins top coat. We'll try it out with a bunch and we'll give you guys some reviews. All right, let's see what it looks like.
See, can you hear that sticking?
It's because it's not dry. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, there we go. You want to pull that back a little bit so they can see it? So this is what it looks like stenciled. And what I would do to have more time is take the snowflake stencils and actually carry the snowflake stencils all the way across the bottom and the top to make a complete design. So let it dry and then come back and do the snowflakes and stuff all the way across.
So I feel like we intentionally messed up on purpose, even though we didn't, so that we could show you guys what happens if you don't let your sealer dry. If you get rushed and you got a timeline, just say no. Just don't say no to ghosting and let your sealer dry all the way.
If you guys are wondering, this is an essential stencil. You can get them at essentialstencil.com. Caitlin, if she has a link, she can drop it in here. Use code Jamie, Ray Vintage, all lowercase, all one word, no E at the end of Jamie, and you can save 10% on these stencils. and you can use them with the erasable chalk. So
Oh,
I
I need
actually, now what do you guys think? Do you guys like it better with the stamps or do you like it better with the stencils? I like the stamps because you can customize them, but I actually think the stencil makes it look a little bit more like chalk art because it's not so solid. Everybody says they love that. Thank you, I appreciate it. So we're gonna need to fix it, and then I think I'm gonna do this stencil on here and leave it up for Christmas.
Yeah, we'll let the sealer dry so that we can just wipe it off. Saturday we will show you what it looks like and wipe it off dry. We'll do an experiment, okay? We'll get this fixed, let it dry, and then Saturday we'll show you wiping it off dry after it's been sitting on there a couple days. We'll do that on our live video so you guys can see how well it really works.
So people are commenting. I've got a few people that said stencil, and if somebody said it looks great both ways. I like the stamps, but I also really like the stencil. So now it makes me even more excited to create some more stencils to use to make it look.
The stamps are great if you want like really fine little detail lines, because you can achieve that. You saw I had to do a little bit of practicing with the one knob topper, but we got some crisp detail out of those stamps. So
Yeah, everybody says they like the stencil better. Well, there you have it. So if you're interested in purchasing the paint and products we used today, even though we weren't perfect at it, be sure to go to JamieRayVintage.com. We've got the erasable chalk in white and charcoal are the colors that they come in. And I think that's it. Oh, and the knobs, the new knobs, these just barely came into stock. We've shipped some out for people that pre-ordered, but now we've got them ready to go.
Did you show them close up, like the difference?
Yeah, I did. I showed them how you screw it in and everything.
Cool.
Oh, somebody said they thought the discount was 20%. I don't know. Maybe it's 20%. I don't work for Essential Stencil. I just know they offer you a discount. So don't forget to use the code JamieRayVintage so that way you get your discount.
Proof in point, you don't have to be perfect.
By
Stencils.
Yeah, and if you've got like a silhouette or whatever and you're cutting your own stencils out of vinyl, you could use the erasable chalk with that too.
Yeah.
So.
Farmhouse is easy to do. You don't have to be perfect to get good farmhouse style. All right, guys, we're going to take off and go grab Jack, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
Well, we won't be live tomorrow, but we'll have a video up of some sort. Bye, guys.